Donald Trump had another rally yesterday, this time taking place in Michigan. And as expected, as per usual, it was very strange. There were a lot of weird conspiracy theories being talked about, and Donald Trump did his usual abnormal rants that he likes to go on. So I have some clips from this rally I want to show you. We'll talk about them a little bit. But just something to keep in mind here is that the Trump campaign labeled this as an economic speech, that Donald Trump was focusing on the economy. And as you'll see in just a second, that wasn't the case. So anyway, let's dive right into these clips. So the first clip I want to show you from this rally is Donald Trump trying to blame President Joe Biden for his small crowd sizes. Seriously, he actually said this. Just take a look at this utter nonsense.
You gotta think of it. I just left Wisconsin. We 5 days ago, we had a sort of a rally. It wasn't supposed to be. 60,000 people showed up in Wisconsin. But the White House wouldn't give us proper security coverage. So we end up in a room of about 900 people. You have 60,000 people, 50 to 60,000 people outside waiting, but they don't want that because they don't want crowds. What they are doing is such a disgrace to our country. And so to those people in Wisconsin that didn't make it, I think they love us, and I think they're going to vote. By the way, we're up in all of the polls. We're up in every swing state.
Oh my God. It's just the usual from Donald Trump, isn't it? So first and foremost, I got to say it. That 60,000 number that he just cited that showed up for his Wisconsin rally is obviously not true. 60,000 people did not show up to see Donald Trump speak in Wisconsin. He just made that number up, as he often does when it comes to crowd sizes. But this is just total projection from Donald Trump, somehow trying to blame Joe Biden. Somehow, magically, Joe Biden in the White House stopped Donald Trump from having a big rally. It was all their fault. It couldn't have been anything else. It couldn't be the fact that, Donald Trump is just unlikable, that he's a criminal, or that he assaults women and commits business fraud. Couldn't be anything like that. It couldn't be the fact that Donald Trump at his rallies talks about fictional characters and boats sinking with batteries and sharks and things like that, and nobody wants to listen to that nonsense for an hour and a half. It couldn't be that. It has to be somebody else's fault. It's all projection with Donald Trump. It's never any accountability. He always just has to put it on somebody else. Today, again, somehow magically, the White House managed to stop him from having a rally. I don't know how that makes any sense, but I think that's the entire point. It doesn't make any sense. Now, funnily enough, he said this at a rally which was really small. That's like the irony of this clip is that, he has his crowd behind him, but we actually have pictures of the entire venue from people who are there. I don't know why they posted this, but you can see in this big red circle, there's nobody back there. This crowd is tiny. This crowd is tiny. There's nobody back there in terms of the people that were in front of Donald Trump. And we also have a video from this rally showing the same thing. Just take a look at this video as well. I mean, my God, look at that. Look at all of this open space. Donald Trump is somehow going to blame somebody else for all of this open space. You have his very small crowd here, and I mean very small for Donald Trump, who claims that he has tens of thousands of people showing up. And then you have all of this space over here, which is empty. Nobody's there. It's tiny. It's tiny. And we also have reports from people on the scene, including this journalist, who are saying that the crowd was already small when Donald Trump took the stage, and there wasn't big crowds waiting outside. And humiliating for Donald Trump. So it's just the irony of that comment there, trying to blame Joe Biden for something that he, of course, has no connection to. It's just remarkable how Donald Trump constantly claims everything is everybody else's fault. The next clip I want to show you of Donald Trump at this rally is once again very ironic given the circumstances, which we'll talk about in just a second. But here he's talking about how when he was in the private sector with all of his many failing businesses, he hated paying people overtime pay. He just hated it. So take a look at this clip.
Overtime. I used to hate to pay overtime. When I was in the private sector, as they say, oh, I don't want overtime. I shouldn't tell you this. I'd go out and get other people and let them work regular time. That's terrible. I'd say, don't get me 10 other guys. I don't want to have time and a half. I don't want to have. But it'll be great. I mean, it'll be, those three things are great. But our seniors really deserve it because they've been decimated.
So first of all, I mean, how awful is that, right? This is somebody who's meant to be representing people or wanting to represent people as president of the United States. And now he's bragging about depriving his workers of possible overtime pay, not wanting them to have the benefit of that. And the irony that I talked about just a second ago is the fact that sitting behind Donald Trump right there are people wearing Teamsters for Trump shirts. Now, the Teamsters are a huge union in the United States. They're wearing Teamsters for Trump while Donald Trump is bragging about not paying workers overtime. A union. People who are part of a union are sitting there while their cult leader is bragging about not paying overtime and loves screwing workers over. Are you kidding me? And it almost seems like they kind of realized this when Donald Trump was speaking. Look at these folks. They're kind of sitting there like they're turning to each other like, did he just say that? Did he just say that he hates paying people overtime and we're wearing, look at these women in the back. There's, did he really just say that? This guy's laughing. Did he just say that he hates paying people overtime and that he doesn't like that? Yes, it's exactly what he said. If you are in a union or you know somebody who is in a union, or maybe your parents or grandparents were in a union, you should not be voting for this guy. He hates labor. He hates hard workers out there. He grew up with a silver spoon in his mouth, and he just thinks that applies to everybody else. It's disgraceful. It really is. The final clip I want to show you is Donald Trump talking about one of his best buddies, Elon Musk. Let's see what he has to say about him. Oh, man, this clip's weird.
So I said, Elon, can you do us a favor? Can you take care of it? He had, within 45 minutes, planes and helicopters loaded up with this equipment, and they were having perfect communication within less than 24 hours. It was unbelievable. And I said to the person that got me and made the request, who's over there really suffering too, I said, well, what's the difference between that and what they had with the hard wire? They said, actually, the hard wire is not as good. Think of that. So this man got, and he also said, just take it. You'll pay if you can. I mean, people are getting these expensive systems from him, and we really owe him a debt of gratitude. Elon Musk. Great. Not a lot.
Yeah, no, we do not owe Elon Musk a debt of gratitude. Here's the little dirty secret that Donald Trump and the other Republicans are not telling you. So right now we are learning of course, with Hurricane Helene hitting a variety of states, specifically in the South. It's devastating. It's devastating, and people are really hurting. Donald Trump is out here saying that he contacted Elon Musk, and he got Elon Musk to send all of these Starlink systems for free, and that he's doing this out of the goodness of his heart. That is false. The federal government is paying for every single one of those systems. Every single one. Every single Starlink system that has been sent, that is operating, specifically helping people, has been paid for by the federal government. He's not doing it for free. So those systems are great, but it would be even better if he was actually doing it for free. But Donald Trump and the other Republicans are just lying about this. Elon Musk is now Donald Trump's best buddy, so kind of Trump lies about Elon Musk to make him seem better, and Elon Musk does the same for Donald Trump, trying to help each other out with their public reputations. But it's not true. It's just not true. Elon Musk is also basically running the entire Trump campaign. We've gotten reporting the past couple of days from a number of sources that Elon Musk's PAC that he started for Donald Trump is essentially running his ground game in all of his states, in the swing states in particular, because the Trump campaign in and of itself is so incompetent that they haven't been able to put together a ground game, and we're like less than 30 days or around 30 days until the election. I mean, I could talk about how this is so crazy for hours, but it's going to drive us all nuts, right? So that was Donald Trump's rally in Michigan yesterday. Really crazy stuff. And again, I just want to circle back to the fact that this was labeled as an economic speech, where Trump would be talking about the economy. Instead, he talked about literally anything else. Anything else. He blamed Joe Biden for his rally sizes. He talked about Elon Musk. He talked about how he hates workers and many more things. Many more. So anyway, I just wanted to show you these clips. I will leave the video there. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you being here. Make sure to subscribe down below. It goes an incredibly long way. Really supports the channel. It means a lot. Also, drop a like on the video and comment. Let me know what you think about all of this. And as I always say, I greatly appreciate you, and I hope you have an amazing rest of your day.